Good morning, good morning. You-do-do-do-do-do. Good morning to you. Whoa.
Jack Lang. At 86 years old, Lang is a major figure in French cultural history, having served for years as France's Minister of Culture. Inside the Epstein files, investigators found a short video clip showing Jeffrey Epstein being personally escorted through a building by Lang himself, a moment that quickly caught people's attention once it surfaced.
Video clip is a short one, just 3 seconds long. It's part of the Epstein files, and it shows the convicted Epstein being shown by Jack Lang. The 86-year-old former culture minister knew Epstein for years, used his car, his plane. Lang told French media that he met Epstein through
Let's go
no phone contact, and he known that he was at the heart
to sleep.
of the network.
Don't
But the story
get
began with that
eliminated.
investigative outlet Mediapart starting
Which way?
digging deeper, and what they
I'm gonna go this
uncovered
way.
raised even more questions. Reports say that in 2016, Epstein opened an offshore account in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Right there.
Shares tied to that account were allegedly connected to Caroline Lang, the daughter of Jack Lang. Then the timeline took an even stranger turn. Just 2 days before Epstein passed away in jail, he signed his will. In that document, $5 million was reportedly left to Caroline Lang. 2 days later, Epstein.
Yeah, I can't fix that, so sorry.
Caroline Lang later told reporters the offshore account was meant for partners.
Can't fix that, sorry.
Never actually received money from Epstein. However, investigators noted that the St. Thomas account was never declared to French.
So it's a $25 headset, and I can't afford any other headsets, so
A major French film producers organization. Jack
it's
Lang
what y'all are gonna get.
conviction saying he originally met Epstein, filmmaker Woody Allen. King Lang claimed to cut ties immediately if he had known about Epstein's crime. Reports though say that Lang used Epstein's car and even flew on his private plane several times.
Boop, boop, boop. Boo-doo,
mad at me, but
boo-doo. Hello.
everyone's doing it, and
Hello.
so
Hello.
anyway, let's keep looking. This one is cute. This one has a rabbit and some fish. Oh, there's like a bear too. It feels like this is maybe constellations, perhaps. That is like a rainbow trout, I believe. And this looks like it's in the sky, right? Tell me if you agree with this, that this looks like it's supposed to be constellation inspired. There's a nice heron over here as well, which is quite beautiful, and a dog that is not on leash, because why would they be? And then this is the fun heron. Now, is this eye? Is that a sparkly eye, maybe? Unclear. Looks pretty though, nice color. So the next painting here looks like it's a bit of a, what do you call those, like eye illusions. There we go, eye illusions. We got some benches and some ladders, and this person's hugging. It looks like a bit of an illusion. Very modern-esque here, and very pretty, lots of color. And this looks like me right here, just in the rain, sad in the rain. What do we think about that guy? Looks like me, feels like me. And here is a lovely dragon. A lovely dragon. And it looks like it's by Robot Soda. And I'm not sure what it symbolizes. I mean, not everything about art has to symbolize anything, really, when you think about it. So what are we thinking? Are things inspiring us? Are we getting excited by this art? Do we like this art? And again, I don't know why these are here. It's part of actually the Mural Festival, but the Mural Festival, I think, lost funding completely, and I don't think it exists anymore. But anyways, this is what this vlog is going to be. It's just going to be me walking around, potentially a lot of shopping, a lot of just daily things that I'm going to be doing. So let's
Hello,
continue.
hello, hello.
Look
No,
at
that's
this one.
not
This
even
is
fucking right.
It's got fish on her mind, I guess. There's some salmon.
This is so
Some
stupid.
interesting indigenous art here by Gordon Dick is the artist name. Look how lovely this is. And there's a boat there as well. People coming into town. Interesting art. This is a beautiful one. I love the vibrant colors. Looks like Valerie Strom art here. There's butterflies and there's some birds as well. She's holding some fruit. Very pretty. Now over here, we got some lovely flowers and a cityscape. Look at these. It's like a night scene, and the moon is like illuminating in the water right there, which is very, very pretty. It looks like Solan Bui. Can't pronounce that, hun. Okay, that's pretty though. And here we go over here. There is a bee. These ones are closer together, so I can kind of walk faster. This is a casual vlog. I'm not doing a lot of edits to this, you know, I'm just going for it. This one's very modern art over here. Look at this. This is something I imagine I'd be like, oh, this is pretty. See it in the MoMA by Amy Says Amy. And here, this would be like really cool wallpaper. Like, look at this. It's very mod. Very like Palm Springs. We got some hippie time and music going on. And then over here we got some flowers. Look at all these beautiful flowers. I really love these murals because they are really just free art that you can see while walking on the river. Unfortunately, there's always going to be people around. You never are going to get any privacy here, because that's how it works with being in a city, you know? And here, canoes, more indigenous art. This actually is very reminiscent of what we're looking at across here, because right here is like logging. It's very fun. And then right over here, we got some more. There's so much actually. Oh my gosh. There's so much art here. This one's kind of modern looking. And then we got some more indigenous art right up over here. I love this. Looks like a bit of an eagle maybe. Very pretty. I am trying to build my page, like I said, but vlogs are not my favorite thing. But I am going to be doing it because it also forces me to get out of vlogs, if you look back, I like went to pumpkin patches and they're so expensive. So a lot of what you're gonna see are things that are free. So it will be like shopping vlogs. There'll be a lot of shopping vlogs probably. That's why I wanted to start with just a walk. We're just taking a walk and we're chatting. And if you don't know me, I have an Instagram presence and a TikTok presence, and I do a lot of social media about crafts and whimsy and just trying to survive during the downfall of civilization. And look at art. Look how beautiful that is. That is beautiful. Another piece here on the river walk. Lots of bugs, lots of river flies. It's basically like the weather keeps changing, so it doesn't know what it is. Here's another one here. So I'm gonna try and do a lot of fun things as I continue doing weekly vlogs, but they're gonna be super chill. I used to have a YouTube page where, well, it is
Boop,
YouTube page,
boop,
but I used to post music videos
boop,
weekly,
boop.
and it was so much work. So this is chill, like it's not heavily edited or anything. I need it to be sustainable, so that's what I'm doing. That's why we're here on the river, looking at art. Anything you like so far? So here's Row Farmer Studio. This is giving like cartoon. It's giving a little bit like comic book right here. Now this one is quite famous. I've actually seen it on a lot of ads for the Vancouver Mural Festival. This must be the place, as it says.
Doo-doo,
This
doo-doo. Oh
person
my
is
gosh, did
in a
that
lot
work?
of ads as well.
Can
Here
you
is a
hear me now? I think
Asian-inspired
it did
one.
work.
Happy Stance Collective. Very pretty. Oh, is that a little? Oh, it's a rabbit. It's a rabbit with a mask on its head and a little chicken as well. And here is a
Doo-doo,
big,
doo-doo.
another indigenous piece here by Simone Diamond. Now this is lovely colors right over here. Lots to see. And again, reminiscent
Oh
of
my
what we're
gosh,
looking
that
at
was so
with the
stupid.
river.
But I think
There's
I
a lot
finally
of
did it.
logging that happens on here. A lot of boats go down here. And it's obviously falling apart as a lot of things do over time.
Oh gosh. the hell?
Wow, no hands, huh? That's surprising considering their strong presence on Instagram. They each have over 1 million followers. And recently they fell into some hot water after they were outed as scammers, and people took a bit of a deeper look into the Talabi sisters, and it turns out everything that they associate with and everything they claim to like own, all the pies that they apparently have their fingers in, are make-believe, most likely. There's no evidence any of it's even real. So there's also a very good chance that their strong Instagram numbers are also just fraudulent. It's most likely botted, which isn't unique to the Talabi sisters. I'm sure most of you have heard of that phenomenon on Instagram specifically. These phantom influencers with millions of followers, but you'll click on one of their posts and it has like 15 likes and a single comment from some drooling gooner who doesn't realize it's not real. But in most cases, those are fake people. Like, they don't exist. Sometimes AI, sometimes just like random Photoshop shit. In the Talabi sisters case, it's a little bit more unique because they do actually exist. And their origin goes as far back as like 6 years ago, trying to get their name out there on Dr. Phil, showing off some crazy dance moves that puts JoJo Siwa to shame. Like, they hit some of the wacky ones out there because they're really desperate to be influencers. And now, fast forward to today, 6 years later, they have these accounts with over 1 million followers each, and they're leveraging those numbers to try and get free things.
Sir ripped off a family-owned small business for hundreds of dollars of food, and she thought she'd get away with it. So Leah here is an influencer who reached out to this Chinese restaurant in LA and asked if they would give her and her sister free food in exchange for content.
Ah, yes, the classic Galaxy Brain influencer scheme here of us free shit, and we'll give you one of these. It's just always a terrible deal for whatever company that's working with one of these worms. Leah hopped on the horn, tossed out the cold call asking if they'd be interested in collabing. They said, sure, we'll accommodate. They set a time, then she says that her and her sister will be joined with another food influencer who will be with them. They confirm that they can accommodate and then ask, like, what the deliverables will be. Will the food influencer post as well? Leah confirms, yes, everyone will post. So they get excited, saying, perfect. Collaboration we had previously. You will receive 1 drink per person, 1 appetizer per person, 1 entree per person, 1 dessert per person in exchange for 1 Instagram reel and TikTok, 1 Instagram story mention. To which Leah responds, perfect, that works. So now the contract has been signed, the deal with the devil has been made, and they've got a date with 3 of the most insufferable fucking losers you'll ever meet in your life, I'm sure. I guarantee they were probably such a nuisance to serve at the restaurant.
Hello.
Leah agrees, but then says she's actually showing up with a group of 6
Zombie
people.
spawner.
Her justification for this is that she's showing up with a bunch of big food creators and publications who are going to highlight the restaurant. You can see she lists them off here.
Jeepers, she's got the whole bank bus pulling up here full of food influencers, ready to just cause hog wild in this restaurant and highlight everything to promote them. We can provide a mix of Instagram reels, stories, and tag posts to highlight your menu, ambiance, and experience, and then list some of the profiles that will be attending. LA Food Magazine, Food Journal Magazine, Food Life Magazine, and let's not forget the most important toilet paper of them all, the Talaby's Instagram account. And now Leah Talaby has changed the terms of the deal, and now she's looking to have the entire fucking football team here come through the LA influencer circuit to run a train on this restaurant here. But I mean, honestly, it's coming out of the goodness of the Talaby heart because they want to just highlight the restaurant. Honestly, they're looking out for them, clearly. They want what's best for the restaurant. So now she's got some of her very powerful food influencer friends representing prestigious magazines.
Thank you.
And
I hope you're doing well.
Smiles. The staff is going to be pleased to be around them, no doubt. And based on the dance moves and the attitude I saw from the Talaby sisters in the Dr. Phil segment, I already know they are fucking insufferable to be around. I bet they are these reckless oafs in public. Like, I just have this image of them sitting at the table like fucking SpongeBob at the Goofy Goober ice cream parlor, just slamming on the table. Waiter! Waiter! Waiter!
Leah and her group then rack up a $450 tab. She posts a couple of stories and they leave. Now a few weeks pass and nobody from that group has posted what Leah promised, so the restaurant does some digging after Leah ignores their messages. Remember those big food content creators that Leah said she was bringing? Well, the restaurant reached out to one of them directly and they have no idea about this dinner or Leah.
When I heard that stunning revelation, I had to stand up from my seat, hands on my hips. I couldn't believe it. You're telling me that was a lie? You're telling me her food influencer friends didn't actually represent those magazines, and when contacted directly, the magazines denied ever even having heard of the Talabys? Saying it out loud, I'm stunned all over again. You're telling me that the Talabys would lie? It's like venom leaving my lips. I just couldn't even imagine them doing something like that. They seem like such good-natured, wholesome people. Surely the stories are on their way. They represent these magazines. They're busy. The pipeline gets full. They're probably still in the process of writing up a 100-page epic novella all covering this experience they had dining in at that restaurant for free. And surely the promised posts from the Talaby twins are on their way. That's probably still just bogged down in editing. They probably sent it out to like Nolan's editors, in order to really spruce it up and make it the best it can be for some high quality content that the Talaby sisters have become known for. Now, dropping the sarcasm. So, I think it's pretty clear what this scam is. They use these numbers on their Instagram account to go to these companies and these businesses in order to pitch these collaborations to get free shit out of it. And these companies agree because they think that they'll get good promotion.
Whoo-wee.
situation is
Oh my
they don't really
gosh.
see anything from it.
Oh
And in the
my
case of the Covey
god.
sisters, they don't even
No!
designate a
I tried to
creative
run away, but
front
I didn't
post
run. I
or
just stood
anything
there.
either. They just end up being out hundreds of products with
What the
nothing to
hell?
show for it at all.
A squishy
And
slime.
the Covey sisters seem to
No!
bring their friends into the deals. So, like, instead of it just being the Talabi twins, they then bring in a bunch of their friends in order to maximally fist these businesses. And in the case of this restaurant, this is just a small family-owned business. And $450 bill that the Talabis did not pay and seemingly have no interest in paying is not feeling good on a business like that. And that sucks. That
Okay.
really sucks. The name of the restaurant was Men and Beasts, I believe.
I'm
And
done.
the Talabis have
I'm
been
going back to my little hole.
radio silent. They privated their accounts because a lot of people were clowning on them for it. and
Found the
asking
lava. I
if
was like, I'm gonna go look
back
for the
and pay
lava.
their tax. And the answer is most likely no.
I did get some
They simply
diamonds, but
won't.
dang,
And
man.
if that's where the story stopped, it'd be the same old thing that we've seen from countless influencers before them. But they go the extra mile. There is a follow-up here. They have a response, a legal response.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Welcome to Featherstone University, or FU for short.
Dollars of free food. Well, Leah here saw the video and she didn't like it. She had her lawyer Ryan Sauter of Sauter Law Group send me an email demanding that I remove the video or face potential legal action for defamation.
Whew.
Now, there's only one small problem with this. Ryan Sauter isn't a lawyer and Sauter Law Group doesn't exist.
No way! You mean to tell me that the Talabi twins didn't hire the most prestigious lawyer under the sun? Instead, they made up the boogeyman lawyer, Ryan Sauter? No. He's like the cleaner. You just can't find any information on him. He's that hardcore. That must be what's going on. He's deep cover right now. There's no way that something the Talabi sisters did is fake and not real. That just doesn't check out. That doesn't pass the smell test at all. Also, I love the thought process here, or really lack thereof, from these fucking sisters. Alright, how can we make this even worse? Let's go ahead and sue the guy for defamation. Well, that's what we'll try. That's always worked. But then one of them must have piped up and said, wait a minute, we can't afford a lawyer. Alright, plan B, what if we pretend we're suing him, we'll make up our own lawyer with the help of ChatGPT, and we'll send him a scary email from this supposed lawyer, and that'll bully him into silence. He'll be shaking in his boots. We'll send shivers down his spine with Ryan Sauter, our make-believe lawyer. Yeah, that'll do it.
You see, what Leah and Ryan failed to realize is there's this thing called the California State Bar, which has a database of every licensed attorney in the state of California. And there's no record of a Ryan Sauter. Oh, but it gets better. The business address that Ryan lists in his email signature is associated with a real office building, and that office building has a phone number. And by calling that phone number, I discovered that there's no record of a tenant named Sauter Law Group, and the suite number that Ryan listed is associated with a reception desk.
You fool! What you fail to realize is all of that information is correct. He doesn't work at the reception desk. His office is underneath it, buried 15 levels below ground. He's a subterranean lawyer specializing in only the most serious of defamation cases. Ryan Sauter is the danger. They have to keep him underground in order to even remotely contain his power. It's like in Men in Black when they take the elevator and they go like 10 stories down to find all the aliens and shit. That's where Ryan Sauter thrives, in that environment. So you think you've cracked the case, but you've only exposed your own ignorance to the brilliant scheme of the Talabi sisters and Ryan Sauter.
Now, you know what is illegal in California? Impersonating an attorney, and rest assured that I am reporting Ryan to the proper authorities. And finally, to Leah, who I know will watch this, you could have just taken possibility and we all could have moved on. But instead, you and your friend tried to bully somebody but happened to run into the wrong person at the wrong time. Anyways, I would start looking for a real lawyer real soon, buddy.
Unfortunately, I doubt anything's going to come from that report. I feel like that's the conclusion right there to this whole saga. There's not going to be anything that's done about it. It's not like the Talabi sisters are going to be punished for it. Ryan Sauter's not going to be fucking perp walked or whatever for pretending to be a lawyer. Fucking half of LA is probably pretending to be a lawyer right now. Everyone's probably impersonating a lawyer out there. So I don't think there'll be any like follow-up or anything from the Talabi sisters or any like legal things that unfold from this, but they are just big assholes. The Talabi sisters are using this fake big number on their platforms to leverage free things and free services. There was another individual that came forward telling a similar story of their experience with Talabi sisters. So this is something they have done way more than once from the sound of things. And now, the story doesn't quite stop there. So Atozi recently covered this, and he went even deeper than just like the surface level stuff on their Instagram and like these kind of little scams that they like to run. He looked into everything the Talabi sisters have ever really put their hands in. And it seems like pretty much all of it is fake or at the very least extremely shady.
I did after just doing a little bit of digging. Because when everything went down, I also noticed two other accounts that Sarah tagged in her bio that both seem to be run by the sisters at least in some capacity. So you have the Talabi report, where the girls, I guess, LARP as fashion and trend journalists.
So you can look forward to the Talabi report. We're doing new episodes weekly about all the new trends and beauty trends around the world.
Unfortunately, the Talabi report is also privated, so as you can see, I'm looking a little raggedy right now because I haven't been able to tune in and get the latest in fashion advice and fashion trends. Lord help all of us. Hopefully they won't stay private for long, because what's the world going to do without their insightful, sage wisdom in the world of fashion?
And then you have Visualist Mag, which is described as a leading cultural force distinguished in its rare intersection of art, film, and fashion. There is nothing rare about that intersection. That is the most LA intersection I have ever heard of. Art, film, and fashion. That sounds like half the people in LA.
That gave me quite a giggle, because that truly is shockingly stupid. That is one of the most nothing burger sentences to describe something you could possibly drum up. Hot take, I don't think they AI generated that. I think that is fresh out of the empty thought factory of the Talabi sisters. I think that is their own brand of stupidity right there. They probably thought they were doing something unheard of before. They said it couldn't be done, like cold fusion, but we are going to be the intersection, this rare intersection between art, film, and fashion. Yes! Holy Trinity!
It's starting to feel like everything that Talabi twins are known for seems to be something of their own creation that they're using puff pieces to try to make look legitimate. For instance, they're supposed to be filmmakers at Changemaker Studios, according to a very flattering Forbes article and IMDb. And the reason I say puff piece is because all of these articles seem to be by the same group of people, so they could be paid for. Who knows, though? But the two quote-unquote documentaries they have said that they directed, produced, and starred in, they're nowhere to be found. I couldn't find them online.
That's because these aren't movies to be watched, you imbecile. These are movies to be imagined. And the Talabi sisters take us on a thought journey by dumping empty IMDb pages for these fictitious films. It's actually so incredible. They don't even bother, like, botting the IMDb pages or anything, so there's literally zero reviews. These movies actually don't exist. They never existed.
I gotta
It's
go
not like
after
they were really
this.
shown in film festivals or in person, like you had to be there to see them or something. They are actually just not real. It's just a lie. But they did it because they wanted to have those credits, so that way they looked more legitimate, it seems. So they're directors, they're stars in movies.
Not to mention, they have suspiciously generic titles and themes, so trying to find confirmation of their existence becomes nearly impossible. And again, this seems to be kind of a theme for every Talabi business I could find, there's a legitimate one with a similar, if not identical name and model that floods the search results with confusing links and AI explanations. I have a fashion marketing agency called La Lux V that supposedly merged with PR powerhouse agency Koch PR Group. The problem is, when you go to this powerhouse website, it looks very amateur. Honestly, go to a media school and give them 5 minutes in Canva and they can make something better than this. But regardless, there's like no information on this website. You have to give them your contact information if you want to find out more. But again, what do you know? There actually is a legit Koch PR company that comes up when you search them up, muddying the waters yet again.
When you look up this merger of the Talabi sisters company with Koch, the only 2 articles you can find are from the same place called PR Underground.
With Venmo, you can easily earn cash back on your purchases at the places you...
Only 2 articles you can find are from the same place called PR Underground. I'm not familiar with PR Underground. I don't know what the vetting process is. But is there a chance that this is just, once again, not real? It's a high likelihood. More likely than you might think. Talabi sisters still make bullshit up the old-fashioned way, it seems. At least, that's the impression I get.
Skeptic Boy, which is a celebrity gossip page. They got called out for trying to pretend that they hooked up with Timothy Chalamet and Leonardo DiCaprio at Coachella. Again, I mean, they are just desperate for any attention whatsoever.
I just looked at the Leonardo DiCaprio message I got from a Finsta. Spotted Leo DiCaprio at Coachella party with model Leah Talabi, her sister. They were kissing and cuddling the whole time. So these sisters were trying to set me up to post that one was making out with Timmy and one was making out with Leo.
Actually trying everything to just get their names out there for a crumb of attention. So they submitted their own anonymous tips to this gossip page about how one of the sisters was making out with Timothy Chalamet and the other was with Leonardo DiCaprio.
And Sarah wasted no time capitalizing on the gossip. So she was speaking out about this all over the place, except all she was doing was avoiding confirming or denying the rumors, trying to just garner sympathy and promoting another book that I couldn't find anywhere. Because when I tried to look up that book, I found an article referencing another book, and I can't find that other book either.
Such a glorious and pathetic mess. These fucking sisters are so embarrassingly cringe. Holy shit. So yeah, they submit their own anonymous tip, and it loosely got picked up by others, not even as like a rumor, just more of like it's something to make fun of. Like people were just insulting the Talabi sisters for this obviously fake baloney because when they were asked for evidence like a pic or something, they just then ghosted, they just vanished. So then they also tried to weigh in about like, you know, the mental toll that this secret relationship with Timothy Chalamet had on her, and then also tried to like shout out a book that didn't exist that was also referenced in another book that also doesn't seem to exist. It's, oh my god, it's actually incredible. Their entire lives are just lies. Like everything they do is just a lie, it seems. There's nothing true or real about them. What the fuck? Actually, just a wild little story here, and a look at some real freaks. So yeah, I wanted to just yap about this a bit. That's it. See ya.
I gotta go. Let's see how many diamonds I got. What is that? Did I drop something over there? $25 diamonds turned into 54 diamonds, so that's not bad. Last time I found 24 diamonds, so this is a good number. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll play again another time, okay? I will see you later. Peter Griffin. My outro song's going to be loud, so please forgive that from happening.
You attacking or no? No, being dumb. Hi. Oh, this keeps going. 29. Keep on keeping on here. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, there's a friggin' dungeon at the end of the road here. Oh, it's a skeleton dungeon. I have regrets. Okay, wow. There goes all my health. That's so exciting. I want to try and yoink the chest, but that's not happening. Where's this? This is not. I don't think this is real lava. Hello? Ugh! Hi. It goes somewhere. Okay, that could have been worse, I guess. Hello? Nothing. There we go. There. Yo! Don't do that! Don't want to use it yet here. Excuse me. This is definitely stables. There will not be a surprise Feinberg today. This will be a normal 9K run. There is not a surprise Feinberg. Been there, done that. Not happening again. So, what is this?
That's because there is a surprise pound cake instead. I'm on
Oh,
to
God.
you, Mr. Way.
Bridge. I'm shocked this is a bridge. What? How is this a bridge?